Today I'm going to do a kind of a green smoky eye tutorial. It's something I wore the other night, and because like when I do my makeup at night I just kind of do whatever. That's when I kind of get inspiration to do makeup for these videos, so yeah, I decided just to do that. Yeah, obviously I'm going to start with my face because it's quite hard to look at when it has no makeup on. I have a few spots at the minute, so I'm going to be using my two concealers to kind of cover them up. Start with this one. It's the Studio Finish concealer. I don't know, one of those concealers from MAC, and it's NC20. I like this for kind of covering up blemishes and stuff because it's like thick and it's not like liquidy. I don't know, I think liquidy ones are better for underneath. That's just a personal thing. And I kind of just pat that on to areas that are in need of cover up. This is like my blemish prone area, so I tend to kind of go to town on it with concealer. This is more so a night out kind of look. Like, I'd never really go to this much effort during the day to cover up spots. Like, obviously I'd try and cover them up, but I wouldn't go this far. Okay, so then I just kind of blend it in. Not really rough, like just kind of like patting it. That's why you use your ring finger, because it's just, you can't go as rough on the skin, and you don't want to like really like buff it in yet. Like, you just want to blend it together so it's easier to blend with the brush, which we'll proceed to do. A MAC 224 brush, which is this kind of a fluffy brush, and it's really good for kind of concealing these kind of things, blending them in. If you're going to use a concealer like this, because it's kind of a dry kind of a concealer, I'd always like moisturize. I never like just leave my spots. Like, I'd always moisturize them anyways, because it's easier to cover them up if they're like not like dry and scabby, which sounds vile, but these would, like, that would show up, make it show up worse if they are kind of dry. So yeah, I'd use, like, if they are dry and scabby, use something like this, which is like a liquidy kind of one, whereas this one is more like kind of, it's heavy duty, but like you need to kind of have them moisturized if you don't want them to look really scabby, if that makes sense at all. My foundation next. It's the Show Good face foundation from Soap and Glory. Just pour some on the back of my hand. Get my buffing brush from, it's a round top kabuki from Sigma, which is a Jesus brush. This camera's making me look really washed out. I don't know if that's gonna come up in like the video, but when I'm looking at the screen I just look really washed out. So I'm actually not, if that makes any difference. I always put foundation on my eyes, my eyelid. I just like the way like it blends in with the rest of the face then. Some people don't. I'm going to use this paint pod. It's called Genuine Treasure, and it is, I think, a limited edition from MAC, but like, I'm pretty sure Maybelline are doing these kind of a thing now. They're like, they call them like colour tattoos or something, I don't know, but like, it's just kind of a base. It'll just help the eyeshadow come out more green, and kind of, because I'm not actually using green eyeshadow, but like it'll give that kind of like a greeny undertone to it. and that's what like bases are kind of for. As well as that, this works for me as like a kind of a primer. Like it stops the eyeshadow creasing for me, so that's why I use them mostly, but this is also an added benefit that will make the eyeshadow look better. And I just use my finger to kind of slick it on. I'm gonna blend it out with this brush here. It's like a Real Techniques buffing kind of a, what's it called? Deluxe crease brush. It's just a blending brush. I think it has a bit of brown eyeshadow on it already, which is an unexpected added benefit. It just helps it blend. And yep, that's just to make it sure there's no rough edges. My Naked palette for this, and I'm going to use Dark Horse and Smog for my two eyeshadows. These two bad boys here. Just kind of mix the two a bit. I'm going to use more so the Smog, which is this colour. This colour here all over the lid, and then kind of blend that more as like a darker smoky one on the outer edge. And you just like pack it on, because you should be careful with Urban Decay eyeshadows. They fall out a lot and you just get like a load of shit under your eye. Just like that, and blend and go. So use the same kind of a brush that you used to blend the cream. And if it's not blending, which it kind of is if you really work it, but you can use like a colour like this, like any kind of a matte blendable colour. These two here are really good in the Naked palette, just for like blending out colours and making the line look less harsh, because they're kind of light and matte. So far it should be looking like this. It's a really easy look in the Urban Decay palette, and normally I'm one never to use these kind of brushes, but I actually think it's kind of good for being kind of precise, because it's quite like tapered at the top. So I'm going to use the Dark Horse and Smog again. I'm going to kind of mix them underneath the eye. And make sure you tap them off, because they don't want to fall out. I'm going to use this guy here, which is called Half Baked. It's such a nice gold. I'm using an angled brush, and I'm just going to put this in the inner corner, the bottom corner, kind of the inner third. That sounds more professional. Just like that. Then I'm going to get my white eyeliner and just kind of draw a little V there, just as a kind of, I guess, to provide like a little base, I suppose, for the inner corner highlight. this little brush here. These are all Real Techniques brushes that I'm using, I think, mostly. The purple ones are. And then I'm going to get this one, which is called Virgin, and put that just there in the inner corner. And I'm going to get Sin, which is more of a pinky kind of a highlight, and pull it up here. And I'm going to get another kind of a taper brush, which is from Sigma, and kind of just blend those guys out. Okay, I'm starting to look kind of ill because the only colours on my eyes. So I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with my HG brow set as usual, using this little guy here. Start my eyeliner next. I'm using Black Track from MAC. Black Tracks or and my 209 brush, which is this brush here. I'm not going to do a flicker or anything because I'm going to put on fake eyelashes. As well, which I'm not going to show you because it's gross. Contour with my Bourjois bronzing powder. Use NARS Orgasm for my blush. just going to buff it out with this brush. Okay, I can't find the fake eyelashes I wanted to use, so I'm not going to use them. Sorry, but I will put on mascara, and I'm using my Volumizer Bourjois one. I'm going to finish up by putting on some concealer underneath my eyes. Just going to put a tiny bit on the back of my hand. And I'm using my 224 brush again. Oh, this is my Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer, and I have it in medium, I think. No, Light Radiance. Yeah. If you're interested. And so far I really like it. I only got it recently. Yeah, it's quite an easy look, I think. If you have the naked palette, it's even better. I don't know where exactly you'd find a replacement for the paint pot, which is a bit shit, like, but like you don't need to have it necessarily. It's just like a greeny kind of a, I don't know, a greeny kind of a paint pot, I don't know. But like, I'm pretty sure Maybelline does have them. I don't know if they have them in that kind of a green, but any kind of a brownie, if you even use an eyeliner, but make sure you use a primer underneath that then, because just to stop the creasing, because eyeshadow is not nice when it's creased. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I would put lip gloss on normally with this. I don't know if I'd wear like, I think I wear pink lips with it, but I'd probably just stick with something like this, which is Inglot's 545 lip gloss. And then just kind of like blend it in. So yeah, that's really it. Still don't have a blog, but I'm working on it. Not really. Hopefully someday I will have a blog, but yeah, this is it for now. My camera did break a while ago, so that's why I didn't put up another video for ages after I said I would put up one. Yeah, I think this is the first one I'm going to put up. This is my first time recording a video since my first video back, if you get what I mean. So hopefully this will be the first one up. And yeah, thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.